Hello there, my Capricorn collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Capricorn, what is up with you? Ooh, cuckoo, cuckoo. Ooh, look at that. Okay, that's going to be its significance. So let's see here. What came across you was the Four of Cups. What covers you here is Cancer, the Chariot, the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Cups. Oh, there's the Five of Wands. Oh. Mindful of the toxic person. You got a Queen of Cups who's rather toxic. I don't know that they're necessarily Cancer vibes, but they are definitely... This is a person you don't want in your energy. Not in the least. They're unlucky in love. It's kind of like an unlucky in love, or they're really good at being a professional ex. Ooh, Virgo, the King of Cups, head of the Ten of Swords. Look, it's some of you mindful of those people who are never fucking single. Um, they're never single, but as much drama they have in relationships or partnerships, they're also never alone. So, oi, damn, what are you doing? Now, work, love, life vibes on this. Honestly, Capricorn, this is a general reading. Take what yours, see what the fuck isn't. But you need to avoid this. There is something. Someone wants you in a fucking contract, whatever the hell this is. But you need to be mindful. I mean, like, literally, you need to be mindful of any sort of contractual agreements. Someone is really unlucky in love, but they're never single long enough to understand why they're always unlucky in love. But I feel like this person is rather successful in their failed relationships or partnerships. So, you know what I mean? I mean, they're unlucky in love, but yet they never take the time that they need. So they go from one relationship to another relationship and to another relationship. Yeah, something ain't gonna make sense on that. So pay attention to that. But it's those that are never single. But they're also not successful with interpersonals. So the Cancer energy is definitely pulling like a toxic vibe. And you're pulling the song. So, maybe you're listening to Britney. I don't know. What do you got going on here? So, Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Sun, Nine. Yeah. For someone who's always unlucky in love, they're never single. So they get out of one supposedly bad relationship or partnership, and they're out there dating again. Oh my goodness, you're pulling you're pulling freak Fergie vibes on this. Fergie's solo album. Ace of Wands, a page of, yeah. I don't know, Capricorn, someone wants you in a contract. Or this is some sort of contractual agreement. You got the Wheel of Fortune, so it could be a karmic type of a vibe here. I don't know, that should kind of be the first fucking red flag. They're very unsuccessful in relationships or partnerships, but they get out of one and immediately go into another one. They're very successful though. It's a very it feels like a very successful vibe, or this is someone that goes from like prenup to prenup. Um So there's like a socioeconomic difference on this, honestly, because going from prenup to prenup isn't necessarily a negative if that's what your relationships or partnerships look like, or those of you like the contractual agreement, so you could work from one contract to another contract. But those of you, when it comes to the emotional side of things here, if that relationship was so, there's this mindful of the trauma bonding here, because that seems kind of odd. This should be something that you should be paying attention to. If that last relationship or partnership was so difficult, this is someone that doesn't stay single long enough. They're like immediately in another relationship or partnership. You got the King and Queen of Cups. King and Queen of Cups, when they show up for you, that could be someone that you've been in a relationship or partnership with. Capricorn, for maybe 2 or 3 of you, when it comes to choosing someone to work with, avoid the person that has, like, they have messy ex drama all the time. Again, see, this is where the socioeconomic vibe shows up. There's nothing wrong with going from prenup to prenup. Some people, that's how their relationships are, or going from contract to contract. So that's not the negative part of it. But the thing on this is, if it's like the romantic vibes, but they're out there dating. Ace of Swords, Three of Wands, Empress, Libra, Leo, Knight of Pentacles, there to the Nine of Wands. You're looking good for all the wrong reasons. You're looking good for all the wrong reasons. I don't know, that should be the whole point of this. Now, for 1 or 2 of you Capricorns, those of you that's taken on a new partner, whether in work, maybe it's a friendship vibe with you, I don't know, whatever the fuck this is. Avoid the one that really doesn't have much longevity when it comes to their interpersonals, because that inadvertently will affect any kind of business decisions you make with them, especially if, yeah. Ooh, sweet Jesus. There's a socioeconomic vibe on this, because going from prenup to prenup is not a negative. Going from contract to contract is not a negative. That just sort of, those that live that life, those that are in that, it's a socioeconomic thing. But the thing you need to pay attention to is how soon someone starts dating again. Like, really. Oh. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you're looking good for all the wrong reasons. You're looking good for all the wrong reasons. So don't get played in this situation. Yeah, something doesn't make sense, or something just really shouldn't make sense. If that last relationship or partnership, they were so heartbroken, how long have they been single? I don't know that this is trauma bonding. This is someone's like red badge of courage. This is the whole point of their relationships or partnerships is that they're, yeah, they don't last. But then they're also never single. So they never take the time to understand why the last relationship or partnership doesn't work out. Does that make sense, Capricorn? Any of you dating, you might not know this about the person until you kind of go on a few dates and then you realize, oh, okay. So you've had a lot of failed relationships or partnerships. Oh, okay. So you are just newly single. Oh, okay. Ooh. Look, Aries, Libra, and um, Leo here showed up for Aquarius. So I don't know if you're an Aquarius cusper here, Capricorn. Look, there's success all around you. There's success, there's options, there's opportunities with you. I don't feel like that's the fucking point here. The thing is, mindful of who's in your vibe, because you're attracting all the right attention for all the wrong reasons. Some of you really be mindful getting to know somebody in the biblical sense, and definitely a no X vibe, because with King and Queen of Cups showing up for you, that feels like an X energy. Again, it could be a friendship vibe with you, it could be a romantic vibe with you. One or two of you don't choose the business partner that is in and out of relationships or partnerships that kind of interferes with the work that you do, which is why I feel like some of you need to self-produce, self-publish, just so you ain't having to deal with a messy partner that's they're just messy. Someone is never single for long, which doesn't make sense because they wonder why their relationships or partnerships don't work. But as soon as one is done, they're like on to the next. They don't waste no time whatsoever. Like literally, they don't waste no time. Tower, the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Look, this has been showing up for you, and I'll sing it again. So I guess the fortune teller's right. I should have seen what was there, not some holy light. Mindful of an Aquarius. This could be an Aquarius that you're dealing with. A lot of failed relationships or partnerships, but it's not a trauma bonding. They wear that their failed relationships like their red badge of courage. So they're kind of known to be bad luck in love, but they're always dating. They're always dating. Oh, sweet Jesus. You're pulling that Fergie song. Listen to Fergie's single album. Whichever song kind of uh it's the Fallen in Love song. Is that it? It's the fun one. It's the fun one. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Okay, so contract to contract, prenup to prenup. That take what's yours and leave what's not. If that's the lifestyle that you live, that's how your relationships or partnerships are. Depending on what the fuck you do. For some of you, that's a normality. So that doesn't have anything to do with it. What is of significance is a lot of failed relationships or partnerships, but they're never single. So, I mean, that's kind of, and they wear the failed relationships or partnerships, but at the same time, they all start out very passion based. This person is very successful in their failures, though. So that should be like of significance. How do they talk about their exes? If they even talk about their exes. And that's a message. Take what's yours, leave what's not. Five of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles. There to the Tower vibe. Look, some of you don't choose the messy business partner. Like, seriously, if they're in and out of relationships or partnerships, or they're inconsistent when it comes to relationships or partnerships, how is that going to affect the options or the opportunities with you? Okay, those of you, you had the Ten of Cups. This could be a family vibe with you. So, those of you, the child, the grandchild, the great-grandchild, or, you know, whatever the hell, that's in and out of relationship or partnership, but some of you, you're pulling like the family prenup vibe. So, this is why whatever the hell this is, there's a socioeconomic difference on this, whether it's from a business perspective or even a romantic perspective. Three of Cups, Scorpio, the Five of Swords. Or the Ten of Cups. Hell, this could be a friend for some of you. Maybe you're going to ditch that business partner because this is like the third failed relationship or partnership that has kind of disrupted the workplace vibes here. Someone is never single, and that should be like the biggest fucking red flag, especially with all their failed relationships or partnerships. So they just go from one contract to the other contract to the other contract to the other contract. Someone could just be really bad at what the fuck they do, which is why they go from one failure to another failure to another failure, because there's a lot of failed things here. But someone fails, I mean, can you say they fell successfully? So even when the relationships or partnerships don't work out, they tend to come out pretty good. That's why you need to be mindful of fucking contracts, so you don't get taken advantage of in a situation. I mean, they come out ahead with every failure. So it's that's the whole fucking point. Work, love, life vibes on this. It could be the business partner. I don't know. If you're bringing in people, you need to like really do very good at. I don't feel like you need to. I don't feel like you need to. Because this would be something, someone's happy in that relationship or partnership, they get into business with you, you sign all the contracts, and the next thing you know, they got drama in their interpersonal relationships or partnerships, which actually affects you one way or another. So, yeah, you know this person. Take what yours, leave what the fuck isn't. Two of Swords, the Page of Swords. Yeah. Those of you from a work perspective, it's literally choosing the wrong person to be in your vibe. They have all these failures, and yet they come out ahead in every failed option or failed opportunity. So even if a work situation doesn't work out, they get like a golden parachute. Even in their interpersonals, their romantic relationships or partnerships don't work out, they come out pretty good. So sweet Jesus. Capricorn, do what your favorite astrologer. It's a lot of interesting things going on astrologically. You need to maybe take a little vow of celibacy at the moment, because the Empress, the Libra, and the Leo are up to no good. But that could be this person's like core friend group that gives them like the advice that they need. Or if they only have three, you got this person that shows up in the Emperor Empress vibe, and then you got the Libra energy. They don't make mistakes. That's why all their failures are actually a positive for them. So they're paying attention to shit that maybe you're not paying attention to. And the catfishing vibes with you, You keep getting that mindful of the 6 degrees of separation vibe. That shows up for Pisces a lot. So, you know, those of you, maybe your Capricorn moon. I don't know. What does their best friend do for work? And this person fell successfully. They fell successfully. So they're not much use to you, but you're going to be a very uh, significant, or very, you're going to be a very significant part of, there's like a strategic plan on this. That's why they want you in a partnership. Look, take what's yours, leave what's not. Who's offering you a partnership and why? And what the hell do their friends do? Because honestly, that Empress, that Libra there with that Leo vibe, I mean, their friends are kind of shady as fuck. There is a little bit of a no. There's a lot of a socioeconomic vibe on this. If you go from prenup to prenup, and that's just the how it is, then that's just how it is. That's not the vibe. It's going from contract to contract. But the thing is, this person does it. They get out of one and go directly into another one, so they're never single. They're never single. But for some of you, they never shut the fuck up about their failed relationships or partnerships. So that's part of their whole. Um, it's not like a trauma bonding vibe. Everyone just knows they're unlucky. They're unlucky in love, or things don't work out for them. Although they actually really do. They just sign the contracts first. That could definitely be a work vibe with you. The Empress, the Libra, there with the Leo vibe, because the Leo is pulling a Virgo energy. This person is only in your vibe because they can take advantage of your situation. So if you're not well aware of your value, your worth, this person is. And so is the company that they keep. But that could literally be a corporate situation with you, Capricorn. I don't know. It's whoever wants to be in partnership with you, loves. These are conversations you would be having. Hopefully, like hell, if you are having conversations, you're taking interviews or anything like that, you're actually meeting people one on one. If you're not, you need to. So you need to sit down, have those drinks, have those conversations. Well, for some of you, I don't feel like you need to, because this is everything about this is they successfully fail. That's the whole point. They've never accomplished or achieved anything on their own, but they've come very good at their failures. So, does that make sense? Ooh, sweet Jesus, Capricorn. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours, leave what the fuck isn't. A lot going on astrologically. Do you watch your favorite astrologer? Seriously, self-produced, self-published, because something here is far more complicated than you imagine. Again, this could be children or grandchildren with you if this is like a work situation. Because you are pulling like a family prenup vibe, or those of you that's in a family business, that maybe that's where the Virgo energy wants to come in for you here. Sweet Jesus, Capricorn. It's success. You understand that though, right? You wouldn't be getting this energy if you weren't successful. So whatever the hell this is a positive for you. There's something you need to keep doing on your own. You need to self-produce, self-publish. Now is not the time. Because someone is a little tricky when it comes to an option or an opportunity. If you don't know your value or worth, they do, but they're shady as fuck. This could be their friends. If they only have like 3 friends, it's them and 2 others that are always together. But they are, all of that is shady as fuck. It's shady as fuck. The shady thing is that they're failed relationships or partnerships, but they're never single. But they wear that sort of, oh, failed relationships, failed partnerships. It's not trauma bonding. So it's not like a gaslighting vibe. You just know that they have bad luck. But they're successful in their failures. That could be what should actually be of more significance to you. Sweet Jesus, let's put a song on this. Oh, yeah, there's something here with contracts in you. Because look at your song. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. Someone could have an accent. Because honestly, with the Alabama vibes there and the Paul Simon there, that's given like someone could have an accent. A very distinct accent. Whether it's a Southern accent or a European accent. For those of you, it's someone that they have a lot of failed relationships or partnerships, but they're never single. And you hold the key, and for fuck's sake, some of you, wait to get to know somebody in the biblical sense. Because sweet Jesus. Peacock vibes. Lord have mercy, Capricorn. What the fuck? Queen of Wands or the Ten of Pentacles. Strong Sagittarius vibes. There with the Four of Wands. The 1 or 2 of you who are that successful, there's more to that. Prenups are normal or going from contract to contract. So if that's what you do for work or that's a normality with you, that just is what the fuck it is. You don't need to take on a partner right now, because some of you, that partner is messy as fuck. Well, they appear to be messy as fuck, but not really. Because there they are. There's that Libra energy, and there's the one that does all the snooping and the catfishing for them. This is like the terrible 3 vibes. Because these 3 together can definitely play some schemes. There's no trauma bonding though. They're just successfully they successfully fail. Their failures bring them successes. That's the whole point. So any option or opportunity with them isn't going to last for long. Because they're not about the longevity of something. Sweet Jesus, Capricorn. Good luck. God bless. Take what's yours. Leave what the fuck isn't. You're only pulling this energy because you're successful. You understand that, right? This isn't coming from like a negative energy with you. That's why you're attracting this attention. I don't know. Keep doing what the fuck you're doing, especially if you're doing it solo. And someone definitely... The Empress of Libra there at the Leo vibe, this person is shady as fuck. They get good advice, which is why they successfully fail. Because that's the whole point. They successfully fail. So nothing that they do really has longevity to it. But they come out okay in the end. Ooh. So what is Aries, Libra, and Leo doing in your astrology. There's a lot going on astrologically, so do watch your favorite astrologer. Everything about this is you're doing good. You're attracting this attention, so this should be a normality with you. For some of you, need to normalize going from contract to contract or going from prenup to prenup, because that just is what the fuck it is. It doesn't mean anything, especially if that's just the lifestyle that you have. So, ooh, damn Capricorn. Good luck, God bless, peace, love, and light.